Hi, this is Kim Herrera, Adobe Certified Expert in Photoshop CS and CTT Plus Trainer. Today I'd like to teach you how to use a poor man's watermark using a customized brush in Photoshop CS5. In front of me I have an image of a lovely girl who needs to be copyrighted before she can be sent off to the client for approval. We're going to do this using a customized brush that we create ourselves. And to do that, we're going to need to do two things. First, we need to have our Windows palette showing our brushes. If yours is not already showing, you can access it in your Windows menu. You scroll down to Brush. There we are. And the next thing we need to do is create a new document, which is Command N or Control N on a PC, or File New. I'm going to make my document 1500 pixels by 325 pixels high. The most important thing here is the resolution. You always want to stay above 240 to 300 for maximum quality results with these brushes. RGB is fine, white is fine. I'm not going to bother renaming it. As I said, we will not be saving these changes. We're just using this as a temporary space to create our brush. Now my colors are not set to default, and a quick way to remedy this is to press the letter D on your keyboard, or just click on this default colors icon. Click on T to initiate your text tool, and the options bar comes up above, and you can tell where you are able to set the font that you want, the style, the text size, and other options. Most important here is the color. You want to make sure that it's set to solid black. I'm going to click on the gray area of my brush palette in order to collapse it so that you have a better view of what I'm doing. And I'm going to enter my text here. Option G or Alt G on a PC to get the copyright symbol. 2011. There. Now, to select these black pixels, you need to hold the Command key down or the Control key on PC and select this T icon on the layer. That gives us the marching ants, and that means that we have selected these dark pixels which we need to define our brush. The next thing we're going to do is go under Edit, Define Brush Preset. Note the size that shows up, 1301. That is the pixel size of the brush that we're making. We can make it larger or smaller using our brush palettes, and I'll show you how in a moment. But for now, we're just going to have the option to name this brush. I'm going to go ahead and name it Copyright 2011. Close out of this window. We do not need to save anything because our brush is already saved to our brushes palette. Now back on the image that needs copywriting, you want to select the letter B on your keyboard or brush from the toolbar menu. And we want to create a new layer. That's going to be our copyright. I'm going to name my layer. I believe in working smart. With the brush tool selected, we're going to uncollapse our brush palette, and I want to unclick spacing. And where's my brush? I just made this brush and I don't see it. What's going on? Well, if you go to the brush presets menu and you scroll to the very bottom, the very last brush that you created will show up on the bottom, Copyright 2011. So there we are. I've chosen the correct brush. I'm going back to my brush presets menu. If you click off spacing, you'll get a preview of the brush you made. It's a little bit too small to see here, but you will get a preview. Now, using black or white as a foreground color, let's just try a quick click on her head. There it is. She got a stamp, a poor man's watermark going across her head. We can play with Photoshop's opacity and different layer settings to get different results, like overlay. That's kind of interesting, and it doesn't steal too much from the image. I'm not too happy with the placement, so I might, move it down here. You do want it to be in an inconvenient spot for someone, but you do not want it to compete with your image. And there you have it, a poor man's watermark in Photoshop CS5. Stay tuned.